Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today. And hey, we forgot. Oh shit. We forgot Wade Barrett, so let me go pull his doll out and bring him in. How we forgot about him is beyond me. But hold on here, we're gonna get him. Oh, here we go. How has thou forgotten thee? How hast thou forgotten How hast thou forgotten thee? Well, here we go, Wade Barrett goes. Here we go. And today we're going to talk about what happened yesterday on Collision or Hit. Yesterday on Collision or Hit, we ended up seeing, Sonya Deville, beat LA Knight, giving her the right to take on Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight winnings. Anyway, Sonya Deville has been talking about how she believes she can do what no one could do, and that's beat Roman Reigns. I'll tell you right now, Wade Barrett says, I don't really think in my belief that I think that Roman Reigns thinks that he's unbeatable, unstoppable, and unyieldable. But at the end of the day, he's not. He's going to most likely come out, tell the world that he's unbeatable, and say, everyone worship him. Where's his worship? Where's his Dane Gale at? And now here comes Autolycus now, the king of thieves. Alright everyone. Everyone wants to know, first we want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day in the United States. We wish everybody a happy Mother's Day in the 4-1 Reichs. And also, everyone wants to know when the next show is happening. It will happen soon. We will have our next show, and we need to know who is going to be fighting who. Sonya Deville already has her right to take on Roman Reigns, for the World Heavyweight winnings. So at the end of the day, we already have that match locked down. And here comes Sonya Deville now. Autolycus, you have to be the most sad, the most worst first wicker that we ever had here in the toy wrestling gathering. You can't do anything right. You're not like Adam Pearce. You're not like Nick Ambus. You're not like Robert Stone or Timmy Fletcher. We can't say his kin name right. You're not like any of those. You're not like the 4 main wickers of World Wrestling Glee. You're nothing like that. You lose straps, forget who has straps, come up with the most dumb matches that we have here in the toy wrestling gathering. Is that so, Sonya? Is that so? Well, we'd see. Sonya, when you were the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, how long did that last for? Not too long. And let's go back to your time as an on-screen leader. You were the WWE wicker from 2021 until 2022. And it was hard to say if you were the under wicker to Adam Pearce during that time or not. You threw your weight around. You harmed everyone with your might and slay. And then you were fired for it. Well, let's go now to TNA, because now you're what? The overseer of leadership of TNA? Same thing, only instead of working underneath Adam Pearce like you did in WWE, you're working underneath Santino Marella in TNA. So it isn't like much has shifted. I know that if I beat you, Autolycus, I know I could become a more greater wicker than you. Alright, let's bring it on then, Autolycus says. Just keep in mind, Sonya Deville, if you beat me, then you will lose your right to fight Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight winnings. Alright, I'm on. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be cool. Wade Barrett says. We're gonna get a new first wicker. Ding-ding-ding. And Autolycus just knocked down Sonya Deville. Autolycus, the King of Thieves. The main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering with a body slam. What do you think would happen? Jonathan Coachman says, Mike, today, if Sonya Deville would win. The first thing we got to worry about is what she would do with that might and that sleigh. What would she do with it? We already know what she did with it because we saw what she did in WWE from 2021 to 2022 when she was the underwicker of WWE underneath Adam Pearce. We already see what she does when she was in TNA as the overseer. The under-overseer of leadership under Santino Marella. Autolycus, when he get a stunner. Oh, Sonya Deville just knocked him down. Well, what you're leaving out of here is that we didn't truly get to see all of Sonya Deville's full might and slay. You know, she was fired as the underwicker of WWE by Adam Pearce in 2022. So no, we didn't get to see how she would fully handle it. And yes, she's still working as the overseer of leadership in TNA under Santino Marella. You got that right. Sonya Deville is already using her fighting background, you know, and Sonya Deville believes that she should be the new main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. 1, doing a kick out. And some names come into mind, Jonathan Coachman says. Like Diva Talks. All the times Diva Talks, you know, had Slay. She ended up throwing that Slay away. So at the end of the day, could we really trust Sonya Deville not to follow in Nick's footsteps? John Coachman says, here it comes, Autolycus stunner, Sonya Deville is down. Autolycus is going to beat Sonya Deville. He's going to be the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, and Sonya will lose her right to take on Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight winnings, Jonathan Coachman says. You know, well, here it comes. 1. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, look, Autolycus. Look, Wade Barrett says. It's Pat McAfee. What are you doing here? Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Hey, Autolycus. Hey, shitwad. Hey, shithead. You truly think? What are you doing here, Pat? Get out of the ring. Pat's not doing anything. Pat, get out of this ring now. This is between me and Sonya Deville. Oh, alright, I'll get out. I just thought you wanted to have a former football player, former wrestler, watch your match. What was that all for? Oh, Sonya Deville just knocked him down, Jonathan Coachman says. Pat McAfee is helping Sonya Deville, Mike Today says. No, Lord, she's not, Wade Barrett says. You have no truth to it. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And the new main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Sonya Deville. And now Sonya Deville is now the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Jonathan Coachman says. What's he gonna do now? And oh, great, Pat McAfee's coming back in the ring, Jonathan Coachman says. Come on, Pat. Oh! Hold him for me. I'm now the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Autolycus. So, you're fired. Drop his ass. Aw, that's sad, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, it is. It is truly sad that now Sonya Deville is now the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, it truly is sad that, a dirtbag like Pat McAfee, a dirtbag like Pat McAfee would help Sonya Deville become the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, John Coachman says. Yeah, that's right. We all know what kind of dirtbags that Sonya Deville hangs out with. Mike today says, Wade Barrett says, we're going to love all this, It's going to be great, I just can't wait to hear Autolycus and him sob about no longer being the main wicker, of the toy wrestling gathering. Take it away now, Jim Ross. Alright, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today, I'm going to be talking with Autolycus, the former main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. Alright, Autolycus, sorry, you're no longer the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. Well, it's alright, Jim Ross. It's alright. I knew it's going to happen. Sonya Deville is now the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. And truly, I can't do anything about that now. And she fired me. But I can only hope that the four-setter and chief leadership wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Astronema, sees this and she makes it right. Because I was not a flawless main wicker. But I know Sonya Deville, and she's going to do a lot more harm than good. Well, a lot of folks do believe, Autolycus, that would be true. We saw what she did towards the end of her run in WWE, when she was the underwicker of WWE under Adam Pearce, and what she's been doing as the under overseer leadership in TNA under Santino Marella. Well, then you know what kind of woman we're dealing with, We're dealing with a woman who'll do whatever it takes to win. A woman that's angry that her time in WWE on NXT and then Raw and SmackDown, she never won any straps. A woman who now her time in TNA never won nothing. She can talk about her background all she wants. But at the end of the day, her background isn't going to help her beat Roman Reigns. Alright, that's my talk with Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. Well, thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on Power and Might. And that's all the time we got it for Power and Might. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Mike today, and Wade Barrett, we hope you like Power and Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw.